the season. So wind the clock back to the start of the race at 2:50 this afternoon. Very busy indeed. This was a sign of things to come, and one car caught going around the outside of a couple of others to gain places was Team Virage. They would be pinged for that later on, and clouds of tyre smoke from certain cars. Actually, that was Maurice Smith in the early stages in the car that eventually Matt Bell would take over. Drone coverage really supplying this great ability to see the circuit from some different angles and to appreciate the gradient change. An early safety car because of the CD Sport number 5 machine finding the gravel at turn 11. That also provided an opportunity for Christophe Cresp to come in and switch to co-driver Fabien Laverne, who would then motor his way through the order. Finally an overtake for Moritz Krantz. He tried virtually all through his stint to get ahead of the eventual race winner number 26, and that would provide a great platform for Alex Capardia when he took over. And the battling continued mid-race between, well, sometimes GTs and LMP3s. It didn't seem to matter. Straight into the new stint for the drivers, Matthias Kaiser and Alex Capardia. And Kaiser wasted no time at all in repaying the favour on the Mullner Motorsport Duqueine car. 37, that was the long-term leader, eventually dropping back by virtue of the pit stop, the final pit stop that needed to be made, and purely its timing that didn't go well. This was a nasty incident, still I think being investigated, but not a great sight to see Andy Merrick limping away from his car after that big impact, and the United Autosports car far more damaged visually than the car that it collected. And Andy Merrick, well, great to see him actually walking away under his own steam, but he would have to spend a little bit of time lying down behind the Armco barrier, thankfully with a couple of marshals in attendance tending to him. Then the restart, and this is what we're all talking about now, as David Perel got the run on Giacomo Pacini. There's no doubt about that, but he wasn't necessarily given the space, and he ended up in the pit lane exit road. Thankfully, was able to rejoin the track safely, but there was the glancing blow as well. Pacini would leave the scene in the lead of the race. Matt Bell, who was leading at the time, spinning off all on his own and into the gravel trap at turn 7, which would leave yellows out and that part of the circuit for the rest of the race. And this was, remember, only about a 9-minute restart, or 9 minutes left on the clock as we went racing again. Eventual winners then, Matthias Kaiser together with his teammate Rory Penton, and a first win, I think, of both of their careers. Certainly a first win this year for number 26 in the Graf car. So congratulations to them. Colin Noble and Tony Wells with the best result of their season too. And Mullner Motorsport for Moritz Krantz and Alex Capardia finishing in 3rd position. So a very provisional result for the final round, round 6 of the Michelin Le Mans Cup. Graf take victory after 67 laps by 0.8 of a second from the Nielsen car number 7 and Mullner 3rd. Motorsport 98 with Dino Lunardi and Eric de Donker finishing 4th ahead of DKR Engineering. United Autosports, that's the much straighter of the two cars that started the race. Rinaldi, Cool, Team Virage and Rinaldi Racing in their sister car complete the top 10. Then the CD Sport number 6 of Geoffrey Denarder and Jacques Wolf. Edex Sport had a spin mid-race, but did recover to 12th. And this is the provisional bit, I would wager. 8 finishing ahead of 74, certainly on the track. And we wait to see what the decision is from the stewards' room. But the 4 GT3 cars are the final finishers, actually. Everybody behind them, Cool Racing, MV2S, United, Nielsen and CD Sport either didn't make the finish